Hi, I'm Louise. I'm the Housewares Department Coordinator here at Furniture Bank. I've worked here for over 10 years, and prior to that, I was a volunteer here myself. I work very closely with the volunteers. They help me unpack all the small items that come in boxes, plates, pots, cutlery, dishes of all kinds. And then in turn, we repack them into kits for the clients. I think volunteers bring heart to an organization. They are here because they want to be, and the volunteers are working one-on-one with the clients, and they are helping them build a home.
You may know me as a designer, a decorator, a DIY expert from shows like Cityline and Breakfast Television, but all of that fabulousness does not compare to the wonderful thing I've been able to do the last couple of years, which is be a showroom guide. I personally believe that furniture should not be a luxury. Furniture should be accessible to everybody. Whether it's a table or a chair, it's not just wood and fabric. It's the first step to reclaiming a life of dignity. One of my most defining moments of volunteering at the Furniture Bank was helping a single mother who had fled an abusive relationship. She was starting out from zero. It was such an amazing experience to be able to help curate a safe sanctuary for her. At the end of that shopping experience, if you will, she asked if she could hug me, and we both just embraced and connected over her new beginning, and that made me feel so wonderful. When I come in for other volunteer shifts, I often think about her. There were so many clients along the way that have also really affected me and have stayed in my heart, but she was just one of those really phenomenal moments that you go, what I'm doing here is so powerful. What I love about the Furniture Bank is even our logo has a heart in the middle of a house. And what's that old saying? Home is where the heart is. We put so much love into everything we do here, from being a showroom guide to the ladies in the sorting room to our wonderful warehouse guys and girls. It is a place that truly cares about doing something good in our community. And when I come home, I feel so blessed to have put in a shift here. It truly is one of the greatest feelings ever.
Hello, my name is Lucia, and I'm one of the volunteers here at Furniture Bank. I was a little lost when I retired. Coming as a volunteer has reignited that sense of excitement about going to work, about volunteering. As a volunteer, I accompany people through the showroom, and they select the furniture that they need, and I take care of part of the administrative part by putting it into the computer and labeling the furniture. The other part of volunteering is working in the sorting room. You're sorting boxes of goods that people have donated. It's just amazing, the quality of the materials that we get. There is a story that I can share from today. The client said, "I'm very nervous." And the first thing I did is to explain that that's normal and we'll get through all of this together. Later on, she said, "You feel like an auntie to me. You're helping me stay on the path and getting all the things that I need." And at the very end, I said, "So how are you feeling?" And she said, "Oh, I'm so grateful that I got a lot of good things." One simple story, and every day that I come, there's a new story.
I've worked at the Furniture Bank since 2010 and worked for many years as a volunteer, then did several positions in the warehouse, on the trucks, on the floor. I moved away for a few years, and when I came back to Toronto, one of my first stops was at the Furniture Bank to reapply as a volunteer. And they took me a second time. One of the most touching moments was a family with several children at the time on the floor, and we lost a little boy. Finally found him. He was sitting on a chair at a desk that had a world map on it. And he had his elbows on the desk and his face in his hands and was just admiring this desk. And I asked him if he liked the desk. He said, "Yes, very much, but we can't afford it." So I went to his parents, asked them if they had room for the desk, and then we came back to tell him that he could get the desk. Christmas can happen on any day, and that was one of them. In life, if you're lucky, you can win awards every now and then. And one of the biggest awards I've won in my life is the little dragon on my name tag. This I received after a visit from a family and a little girl, and she looked at me and said, "You are the best furniture helper in the world. Can I give you a dragon?" I said yes, and what I did get was this wonderful sticker, which I've been wearing proudly now for years, as a reminder that sometimes you're a hero for people you don't even know.
I'm Kent Harvey. I've been volunteering for over 3 years now. Our crew here is a very dynamic one, and that's part of the pleasure of working here. When we are able to make connections with clients here, we get a really great feeling that we've done something well, and we're making the connection between the donors and making sure that the best happens to the goods. For my wife and myself, being involved as volunteers in community services is a priority for us in our retirement years. Here, we've got people's lives that are really getting kick-started, and that's something that we really cherish.